Ever since I gave my life to Christ and cut those dudes off, I felt so excluded, like I haven't had any fun with anyone because no one's a Christian like me. Hey man, I actually overheard you talking, and yeah, that's a really tough thing. When you first become a Christian, that season of loneliness, that's really, really tough. But you know what? God does it for a reason, and here's why. So when a lot of people first devote their lives to Christ, a common thing for people is season of loneliness. So why does it happen? Why is there a season of loneliness when you should be the closest with the world, when you're following God and doing what He wants, and you're getting what feels like nothing? Well, today I'm going to go over that. I'm Faithful Forbes, and this is 5-Minute Messages. So here's chapter 1. It's protection, not a curse. See, God's finally clearing the noise. You finally decided to devote your life to Him, and that makes Him so, so happy. But if you've already made tons of friends before you were a Christian, they may be sinful already, they may be atheists, they may be whatever else. But a lot of the friends you've made most likely will not be as devoted as a Christian as you. Ergo, if you're still friends with them, it's going to be a lot harder to be connected and be friends with them because your beliefs and your values are going to differ a lot as you devote your life to Christ more and more and more. But God's clearing the noise. With a lot of people, they choose to cut a lot of people off just because they're a distraction, right? A lot of people think, oh, they're sinners, so I should cut them out of my life because it would make it easier. It would make me focus on God more. That's actually a very, very smart and valuable thing. God's actually finally clearing the noise. Like, you can't hear a whisper in the nightclub. That's the same thing here. When a plane takes off, it has to leave the ground behind, right? It can't stay on the runway forever or it'll never fly. So that's the same with this. And in John 15:19, it actually says, if you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of this world. That is why the world hates you. So if you feel like an outsider, that's proof you've been chosen, because Christians are told to be different. We differ from the rest of society because we are devoted to God. And that season of loneliness is very common. When you're differing from society, it's going to be different. And people you once liked, you won't like anymore, and that's completely normal. But the fact is that if it's happening, then it's a good thing. And even if you're in a season of loneliness, and even if you're sad, you should still remember that it's a very, very good thing, and that God's doing it for a very good reason. And with that, I'm going to move on to chapter 2, Become the Light. A thing not many Christians are told is, you be the light. See, when you're called to be a devoted Christian, a lot of people feel called to spread the gospel, like I'm spreading the gospel through Faithful Forbes. However, a lot of people don't know why or how. And a very hidden thing that God doesn't necessarily tell us, but that we realize eventually that we should do, is be the light. All of your old friends may still be sinners, they may be atheists, they may not believe in the holiness of God, but that's where you come in. You be the light. You be the one to spread the gospel to them. Now, I'm not saying go and be like, you have to be Christian, I'm forcing you to be Christian. All you need to do is share your values. Show them you being a devoted Christian. Show them you showing your values out loud. You don't even need to do it purposefully. Just do it naturally, how you would do it. Let them over time see, hey, this dude's getting a lot more attention, or this dude's a lot more kind. I want to be like him. And that's the fastest track for someone to follow God. It's you be the light, you set by example, and you be the one who shows the light. As a Christian, you are called to be different than everyone else. You lead by example. If you're in a group of people and they're all doing something that you don't agree with, be the one who's different. Be the one who says, hey guys, this is wrong. Because that's what being a Christian means. And with that, the final chapter, chapter 3, you need the darkness. See, I'm not saying you need to be like Batman and put yourself in a cave for years and years and years. But what you need, honestly, maybe, is just some darkness. This may sound pretty corny, but darkness does build character. If you're just by yourself for a while and you have enough time to think, your life isn't crowded with a bunch of bad people and a bunch of sinful people. It honestly makes you think more of yourself. And it helps you change more because it makes you see the world better. And it makes you see, hey, I don't want to follow this, so I'm going to follow this way. It lets you differ between the paths. And that darkness honestly brings you to light faster than you would expect, which is shown in Psalm 34:18, which says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. God is the most present in silence. You feel His presence most of the time. When you first devote your life to Him, your life will be in darkness for a while. But that's when God is going to be closest to you. It's the season where your real relationship with Him truly, truly starts. And when you truly devote your life to Him, your life will change in unexpected ways. While it is possible to fall into temptations, the Lord will help us. Pray to God to help you, because these hard times are building you to be bigger and better than you've ever imagined. And with that, that was today's episode on your season of loneliness. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe so I can share these videos all around the internet with more Christians. So I am Faithful Forbes, and this is 5-Minute Messages.